Hey guys, so seeming as I'm always getting questions about what art supplies I use, I decided it would be a good idea to film a what's in my pencil case video. So here's the pencil case that I use for my most commonly used art supplies. It's nothing special, but I find it easier to have a clear pencil case just so I know where the specific art supply is, because as you can see, I've got quite a lot of art supplies that I like to bring with me on the go. And also, this wasn't actually intended as a pencil case. I'm pretty sure I just got something from a theme park and it was inside this and I just decided to use it because it was hanging around. So this is the pencil case that I bring out and about with me in places where I can't bring my Copics and my watercolours. These will be the supplies that I use to sketch and just do illustration. I use it in places like school and on the train, etc. So without further ado, let's get started. So I carry around a Pritt stick with me because I do art at school and we're always having to stick things in. So I also have a scalpel knife for cutting things out when I'm drawing. So if I ever need to stick things onto things that I've cut out, then this is perfect for that. So those are just, they're not really for drawing, but those are two supplies that I have in my pencil case. Next, I have a Faber-Castell black brush pen. I have quite a lot of Faber-Castell pens in this pencil case, and this one just has a brush tip. The next art supply that I have is a Pentel pocket brush pen. I'm sure you must have heard of this. It's a very popular inking pen. I got it in Michael's when I was on holiday in Florida. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was around $10, but this is a really good inking pen. You can refill it, but you might have to stock up on refills because I find it runs out quite quickly. But I really like this. It is a really good quality inking supply. Next, I have three of these. I have these watercolor brushes. I can't remember what make they are. Oh, it's Pentel. So these come in 3 different sizes. So I have there's a medium, a small, and a large brush. So this is what they look like, and basically they're brushes that contain water in them. So these are perfect for watercolour because you can squirt out just enough water that you need while you're drawing, and you don't have to go and get more water, and you don't have to worry about getting the water all muddied up with paint. It's basically really perfect for being on the go. So that's why it's in my pencil case. It's just really helpful, and I will bring along my little tiny pot of watercolour paints to go with this. So next I have a jelly roll. This one is a white jelly roll and I use this for adding highlights to my illustrations. Then I have another jelly roll. This one is a metallic colour jelly roll. So it looks like this, and it's basically the same as the one before. It's just a gel pen, but I use it to add extra details in my drawings. Next thing I have is a biro, and sometimes I feel like just doing biro sketches because you don't really have to have really expensive art supplies to do good artwork. I find that sometimes just using a simple biro to sketch something out can look really cool because you can get all kinds of different tones and textures using a biro, like overlaying the biros, stuff like that. So I definitely recommend, if you've got a art pencil case that you bring around with you everywhere, definitely pack in a biro with it. The next pen is the Zig Mangaka. I think I'm saying that right. I have a couple of these and I got this for winning a competition. This one is like a light grey colour, so it's really tiny. It's a 0.1, I believe. Yeah, I'm guessing it is because 0.1. But yeah, this is a fine liner, very tiny fine liner, which is in a light grey colour. So it's perfect for things that you want to have a really soft look to it, almost lineless looking, but you still want to have an element of the line art in there, this is the kind of thing that's perfect for that. Next I have another Faber-Castell pen, but this time this one is in medium. So I like to use a mix of brush pens and fine liners in my work. This is quite a thick fine liner as far as fine liners go. I don't usually like to work this thick, but with more simplistic drawings where I just keep the line weight one consistent weight, I like to use this. The next thing I have is another Zig Mangaka. I really hope I'm saying these right. This is just a black version. Then if I have a look, I've got another one. Hang on, I don't know what colour that must be. I think I've got two greys. I think this is another grey. Yeah, that's another grey. Lighter grey this time. So, next I have 4 Faber-Castell pens. These are in different colour greys, and these 2 are warm greys, these 2 are cool greys if I don't drop them. And they are perfect markers for on the go. If I'm sketching, I will just turn to these markers. They're perfect size, and the only thing is they're not alcohol-based markers, so they're not really a Copic alternative per se, or a Winsor & Newton brush marker alternative, because those are alcohol-based markers. These are water-based markers, so they don't blend together as well as an alcohol-based marker would do, and you can't layer too much of it on your paper, otherwise it will start bubbling up like water-based things tend to do. So I find that the best thing to do is just use light layerings of this, and it's perfect for my sketchbook. As long as your sketchbook isn't too thin, the pages, you should be fine using these. But if you want to use these in an illustration, I would recommend doing it on a thick paper like Bristol board. Next, I have a Prismacolor pencil. I have 2 of these. I like to carry around Prismacolor black pencil. I find this really useful in outlining my drawings because it's a little bit darker than just using a pencil, and obviously you can get a bit of that pencil texture in there as well, and it just kind of gives the picture a cool look to it. Next, I have 2 different colour pink pencils, and I use these to sketch. I really like sketching in pink for some reason. It's just kind of my go-to colour I grab to sketch. It's not even my favourite colour, but it is my favourite colour to sketch in. So one of these is a Derwent pencil, the other one's just a W.H. Smith pencil. One of them's more of a red colour, but the other one's very pink, and I like to just lay out my guidelines first with a colour pencil like this before I go in with just my normal sketching pencil, just so I can get all the right shapes in the right place. Next, I like to sketch with a mechanical pencil. So this just came from a set from Morrison's, which is a supermarket in the UK, and I find this pencil is really good. Like, you can get some really dark tones with this mechanical pencil, much darker than the other mechanical pencils that I have, I find. So I don't know what lead is in here, but it does come out pretty dark if you press hard enough. This is the perfect pencil for sketching with, and if you want to shade your sketches and stuff like that, this is very ideal. Next thing I have in my pencil case is just a little brush. Don't really use this, but it's there in case I need it. Next we have another Faber-Castell pen. This time it's a small fine liner. This is my go-to fine liner for most things. I find it's the perfect size for what I like to do. Next I have an alternative fine liner that I like to use. This is just a Unipin fine line. It's water and fade proof. This is in the size 0.5. Next we have another jelly roll. This one is a sparkly blue one. I'm trying to collect jelly rolls at the moment, so I've only got the 3, but I really like this one. This one's my favourite. Okay, so finally I've left the best till last. Other than the Pentel brush pen, I have 5 other brush pens. I'm pretty sure this is a Pentel one, and you have this barrel here which you can squeeze to get more ink out, although I'm pretty low on ink on this. I'll just show you the actual brush part of this. I'm pretty sure this is a silicone brush, and you can get really thick lines if you lay it on its side, and you can use the top bit for very thin detailing. And this is perfect for inking because instead of with a fine liner where you have to go back over and thicken it in certain areas, you can get all the thickness yourself by varying the pen pressure when you're drawing. I have a very similar one to this, but I'm just gonna show you they're not the same. This one has a different cap and a slightly different barrel. And this one I'm pretty sure isn't made by Pentel. I think this is Kuretake, but I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that the writing on this is Japanese, so if anyone can read Japanese, then you might be able to tell what this is. But I'm just going to take the cap of this one and I'll compare the brushes for you. There is a very slight difference here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see on camera. The one on the right has a slightly smaller brush. Hopefully you can see that. It's very slightly smaller. Next thing I have is this, and that's what this one looks like. It's a lot thinner. Next I have this, which I know is made by Kuretake, and this is another Japanese brush pen. It's kind of like, I would describe it as a mix between a felt tip and a brush pen, and it's really good for doing detailing, I find. Finally, I've saved one of my favourite inking supplies to last. This is the Zig Clean Colour Real Brush, and I have it in grey because I wanted to do softer line art with this. And as you can see, the brush for this is absolutely tiny. It's so small. And actually it's my birthday coming up really soon, so I've asked for this in different colours from people because I love this brush so much, and I'm hoping if I can get different colours of this, then I can do different colour line art and it'll look really cool, hopefully. But yeah, this is definitely my favourite brush pen of all my brush pens, just because I think I prefer smaller brushes. But I have ordered a new Pentel brush pen which is a lot smaller, and I will be trying that out soon, and once I get that I will be able to make the inking video.